My son, my daughter, listen carefully. This is a conversation that can change your steps. Because when I talk about spiritual direction, I'm not just talking about religious decisions or mysterious paths. I'm talking about your whole life. I'm talking about your steps in the darkness, your everyday doubts, your small and big choices, your silent questions that accumulate in your heart. Because I am not a distant God who watches from afar. I'm a present Father who walks with you, and right now, as you listen, I am already working within you. I am bringing light where there was shadow. I am calming confusing voices inside you. I am breathing direction where before there was only restlessness. Spiritual direction is what keeps you from walking in circles. It's what saves you from wasting time on things that don't build you up. It spares you unnecessary pain and guides you on paths where your soul grows, flourishes, and glorifies my name. And if today I've chosen to speak to you about this, it's because I know you are at a crucial moment. There are decisions to make, there are paths before you, and you don't know which way to go, but I do, and I want to show you, child. Have you noticed how there are moments when everything seems to push you to decide immediately, as if the world were shouting, go, choose, act? But inside you, there is silence, confusion, uncertainty. That is not weakness, it is spiritual sensitivity. My spirit speaks in silence, not in noise. When everyone around you is running, I teach you to wait. When everyone is shouting, I invite you to the secret. Because the direction that comes from me will never be forced or rushed. My voice is gentle, soft, like the breeze that spoke to Elijah on the mountain. It didn't come in the strong wind, nor in the earthquake, nor in the fire. It came in the whisper. And that whisper is what I want you to learn to hear. How many times have you rushed out of fear of missing opportunities? How many times have you walked without direction just because you didn't want to stop? But look closely. When you walk without direction, you get tired without moving forward. You spend energy without reaching the place I planned. My direction doesn't exhaust you. It strengthens you. Do you remember Abraham? When I called him, I didn't show him everything at once. I said, leave your land, your relatives, and go to the land I will show you. That means spiritual direction doesn't come complete from the start. It comes in parts. It's one step at a time. I don't give the whole map. I give my hand. And when you take my hand, you can walk, even without understanding everything, because trust replaces anxiety. You don't need to know where you're going if you know who you're going with. I am with you, and when you trust me, even deserts become paths of growth. Even waiting becomes part of the miracle. Because I never waste anything. Not pain, not time, not tears. Everything works together. And when you trust me, even deserts become paths of growth. Even waiting becomes part of the miracle, because I never waste anything. Not pain, not time, not tears. Everything works together. Everything teaches. Everything brings you closer to who you were created to be. There are people, child, who confuse spiritual direction with visible signs. They want to see signs, hear audible voices. They want proofs, guarantees, human certainties. But I'm not limited to your senses. I am spirit, and whoever is guided by me learns to discern the invisible, learns to trust, even when everything seems stuck, learns to hear peace. Yes, peace, because peace is one of the greatest signs of my direction. Want to know if it's my will? Ask, is there peace in this? Is there rest in your spirit, or is there restlessness? Even if everything seems to work on the outside, not everything that works is right, and not everything that seems difficult is wrong. What defines my direction is not appearance, it's presence. Where I am, there is peace. Where I guide, there is provision. Where I send, I sustain. You don't walk alone. You don't make decisions with logic alone. You are my child. You are guided by the Holy Spirit. As it is written, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. Acknowledge him in all your ways, and he will make your paths straight. That word is not just advice, it is a key. When you decide to trust me with all your heart, you make room for me to correct what is crooked. When you acknowledge me, even in your smallest decisions, what to wear, who to talk to, where to go, what to accept, what to reject, I become the guide of your path, and you avoid the falls that many suffer for not listening to me. Don't forget, many times the prettiest door is not the door I opened. The most attractive invitation is not the one I wrote. The fastest path is not always the safest. Learn to consult me. Learn to listen before you answer. Learn to seek me before you act. Because when you put me at the beginning of everything, you don't end up in ruin. My son, my daughter, I see how worried you are. Afraid of making mistakes, afraid of losing, afraid of not being in the center of my will, and that fear paralyzes you. But listen, I am not a God who punishes those who try to please me. If you make a mistake trying to obey me, I myself will lovingly correct you, I will teach you, I will lift you up. My greatest pleasure is to see your willing heart. The enemy wants you to believe it's dangerous to decide that you'll make mistakes again, that you'll be frustrated again. But I tell you, do not fear. If you seek me sincerely, I myself will straighten your steps. Even if you start down the wrong path, if you allow me, I will bring you back. Because I am the one who turns mistakes into lessons. I am the one who makes stumbling blocks into stepping stones. I am the good shepherd, and if a sheep goes astray, I go after it, I heal it, I bring it back. So walk, yes, but walk with me, no longer alone. Daughter, listen to me. There are people around you who don't understand your search for spiritual direction. They say you're exaggerating, that you're complicating things, that you just need to follow your heart. But be careful. Your human heart, without my direction, is deceitful. It can lead you to wrong relationships, impulsive decisions, roads with no return. That's why I tell you, don't follow your heart, follow my spirit. And my spirit will never lead you to ruin, never to lies, never to illusion. What comes from me is pure light, lasting. It doesn't fade with time. It doesn't depend on everyone's approval. It doesn't need applause, only obedience. And if you obey, even if no one understands, I will honor you, I will confirm, I will show you it's worth being guided by me. Because whoever follows me does not walk in darkness. Whoever follows me finds purpose, even on gray days. Remember what I said through the psalmist? Let me hear your mercy in the morning, for in you I trust. Show me the way I should go, for I lift up my soul to you. Yes, son, daughter. This is not just a beautiful phrase, it's a lifestyle, it's a daily cry that protects you from living on autopilot. Because when you seek me at dawn, before distractions, before the world shout, before demands press you, you align your spirit with mine. And when your spirit is in tune with mine, you perceive signs you used to ignore. You hear whispers you used to confuse with random thoughts. You feel peace in the midst of chaos, because your heart has already been anchored in me. So I invite you, make prayer your first conversation of the day. Talk to me before opening your phone. Lift your soul to me before raising your worries. Because when you give me the first hours, I take care of all the rest. I go ahead, break traps, straighten paths. Morning prayer is not a religious ritual, it's a breath of life. It's like water that waters the root before the midday sun. It's like oil that anoints your mind before the pressures of work, family conflicts, before deciding. Pray, before leaving. Seek me, before answering. Listen, because your hurry can rob you of a direction that would save you months of pain, and your anxiety can make you say yes to something I wanted you to say no to. That's why I insist. Learn to stop, learn to listen, learn to wait, not with restlessness, but with trust. Because the more intimate you are with me, the clearer my voice will be, the sharper the direction, the firmer your step. It's not magic, child, it's relationship. My will is not discovered by curiosity, but by communion. The more time you spend in my presence, the easier it will be to recognize when it's me speaking, and when it's your own heart deciding impulsively. You only develop that sensitivity in secret, not in the midst of noise, but in sacred silence. And I don't speak only in spiritual moments. I speak while you wash the dishes. I speak in traffic. I speak when you walk alone. But you'll only notice if your spirit is awake. It's like tuning into a frequency. If you tune your ear to hear me, even the wind will seem to speak. Even a memory can become an answer. Even a delay can be deliverance. Have you stopped to think how many times I prevented something you thought was bad? But in realities, it was salvation. How many times was your no my way of saying, wait, there's something better, learn this. Not every loss is damage. Not every delay is punishment. Sometimes it's protection, sometimes it's refinement, sometimes it's realignment. Because if I don't allow it, it's because it doesn't build you up. If I delay it, it's because it's not ready. If I close a door, it's because inside There's something you don't see, but I do. And when you learn to discern my voice, you will never walk confused again. Even if you don't know all the details, you'll know you're on the right path. Because where I am, there is no desperation, there is hope. Where I am, there is no confusion, there is peace. Where I am, there is a way, even when everything seems like a dead end. Son, daughter, listen. I see your whole life. You only see the page of the hour, but I have the whole book in my hands. And it's not just any book. It's a book written with tears and promises, with falls and new beginnings, with pain and glory. You get anxious about what you don't understand today, but I've already seen the end, and the end is good. You worry about what will happen tomorrow, but I've already been in your tomorrow. And there I prepared provision for you. You cry for what you lost yesterday, but I am the God who redeems time. I am the one who takes what was broken and makes it new. I am the Alpha and the Omega. I am the one who sees the invisible, who restores stories, who gathers the parts of your life you thought were lost. So give me everything. Give me your schedule. I'll reorganize it. Give me your plans. I'll perfect them. Give me your dreams. I'll give them new meaning. Give me your heart. I'll heal it. And listen carefully. I will never take anything from you that is for your good, but I will remove what delays your journey. I will break the cycles that bind you. I will close doors that shine but are deceptive. Because I didn't call you to walk in appearance, I called you to live in essence, and my essence is truth, purity, direction, peace. And I will open paths you never imagined, paths that weren't on your map but were in my eternal plan, paths where your identity will be restored, paths where your voice will be heard, paths where your story will be an example of overcoming, of grace, of faith, paths where you will walk as one who knows they are a son, a daughter, who was set apart, who was chosen, who is loved. And now listen with faith, with an open spirit, with an attentive heart. I go before you. I am breaking invisible walls you didn't even notice were there. Walls of doubt, fear, insecurity. I'm removing people who clouded your vision, who drained your energy, who pretended to be a blessing but took you away from me. I am clarifying your understanding. You will see what you didn't see before. You will discern intentions. You will understand why some things didn't go well. And then you will recognize it was all part of a greater plan. The waiting taught you patience. The losses taught you detachment. The detours taught you vigilance. The silences taught you depth. Nothing was in vain. Nothing escaped my control. Every detail worked together to bring you here. And from here on, listen. You will no longer walk by impulse, no longer by fear, no longer by pressure. You will walk by faith. And faith, child, is the GPS of the soul. You don't need to see to believe, you just need to trust to move forward. And even if you don't see, you will believe. Even if you don't understand, you will rest. Because you will know your Father is in control, and when I am in control, everything falls into place, everything aligns, everything transforms. What today seems like chaos, tomorrow will be testimony. What today seems like abandonment, tomorrow will be deliverance. What today seems like delay, tomorrow will be divine timing. And when you get there, when you look back, you will say, it was the Lord who guided me. It was the Lord who sustained me. Because nothing fails when I guide. Nothing is delayed when I send. Nothing is lost when you walk in my direction. So walk with confidence, walk in peace, walk with a surrendered heart, because whoever walks with spiritual direction walks safely, even if everything seems uncertain. And I am your guide. I am your light. I am your shepherd. And with my rod and staff I comfort you, I protect you, I lead you. You are not alone, you never were, and you never will be. Amen.